Sup Phoenix gang, it's your boy King A. Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you guys an amazing scalping strategy that you guys can start using even if you have a small account. So if this is your first time on my channel, all I ask is that you give this video a thumbs up. It is really going to help this channel a lot, and smash that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you guys don't miss any of my future videos. Now without further ado, let's roll out the intro and let's get this video started. For this scalping strategy, we're going to be taking a look at this strategy on the 15-minute time frame, and we're going to be using AUD JPY. But before I get into today's video, so if you guys want access to my signals on Telegram, the link is going to be down below in the description. And as you guys can see right there on the screen, we had 2,500 pips plus last week, which was NFP week. So if you guys want access to my signals on Telegram, the link is going to be down below in the description. So now, looking at my chart here, you guys will see I have my indicator here that we're going to be using for this strategy, and you guys are probably wondering what's this indicator. Now this indicator is actually the weighted moving average high and low. That's what this indicator is, and I'm going to be showing you guys my recommended settings for this indicator at the end of this video, so you definitely want to stay to the end of this video. Now to add this indicator to your chart, you just simply go here and you search for moving average high low. And then once you find it, it's going to be the first one right here, and then you just add it to your chart. Now once you're done, now to use this strategy, this is your band right here. We have a green band, which is a buy signal, and our red band is a sell signal. Now to use this strategy, the basic rule is that once price is above your green, your band, and is green, you take a buy position, and once price is below your band and is red, you take a sell position. But if we take a look at an example here, let's look for a buy example, and we need to make sure we catch the trend when the trend is actually starting. That's what we need to make sure. But if you miss the beginning of the trend now, but before you get in after the trend, you have to make sure you wait for a pullback, and I'm going to be showing you guys an example as well for a buy example and a sell example. Now if we take a look at this buy here, we can see the trend started from right over here, this area. This is where the trend actually started. The trend started at this area right over here. So now what we need to do is delete this real quick. So what we need to do is, once we have price above our band and is green, we need to wait for a pullback. And if you can't identify your pullback, I'm going to show you guys another way you guys can make sure that it was actually a pullback before you guys actually place a buy trade. Now let me put this in replay mode and show you guys what you guys need to look for and where your entry is going to be using this strategy. So let's start from right over here, and let's take a look at this. Keeps going. Now we have our pullback right over here. This is our pullback right over here. Now to really identify if this was really a pullback, what we need to do is we got to look for a resistance zone. And if we take a look here, take a look here to the left hand side, we can clearly see that we had a previous resistance that now became a support zone over here. it became a support zone right over here. So now what we need to do, now that we have that confirmation, my entry is going to be right over here at this second bullish candle. I'll have my entry right over here, and I'll have my stop loss right below this this support zone over here. I'll have my stop loss right there. And to use this strategy, I recommend you guys only target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. You can target more than 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. That's your own choice, but I recommend do not target more than 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. There's always going to be more room for you to get in a trade again. But when you get it in, only target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. Now we have our stop loss right there. Now we're going to target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio as our excuse me guys, as our profit target. We have that right there. Take profit is 26 pips. Now let's see how this trade actually played out. Let's take a look and see right there. Right there, we got our take profit smash right here for 26 pips. So this is how you guys use this strategy for a buy trade. Now let's take a look. Let's take a look at another example, just in case if we miss this trade right here where the trend was actually starting. Let's take a look and see if we had another chance to get in a trade. Excuse me guys. So if we had missed this trade right over here, the first one that I just showed you guys, now you had another entry, because right over here we had another pullback. You guys can see this clearly, very clearly. We had another pullback right over here, and you could have gotten the trade right over here, and you have your stop loss right below this low right here. You can have your stop loss right there. So you have your stop loss right there for 20 pips. You have your stop loss right there for 20 pips, and you just target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. Target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio, and you can see your take profit got smashed right there for 30 pips. So this is how you use this strategy, just in case you missed a very good entry. The first entry I just showed you guys, you had another chance to get in again. And if we just keep on looking, we have multiple entry. We had entry over here, we got entry over here, another pullback here, another pullback here. Those pullback zones are your entry zones. Those pullback zones are your entry zones. Pullback right there. We got another pullback. We got another pullback right over here. But if you have got in this trade, then let's see how many pips this was. We got a pullback right over here, and we could have got in right over here, and we had our stop loss right over here below this zone here, and we target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. This trade obviously would have been a loss. So because you cannot win them all, it's just simply impossible. We had a loss right there. That was, so if you count this one loss, you had one loss. But you had a winner here, one winner, 2, 3, 4. So you had 4 wins over here. This uptrend alone, you had 4 wins. And if you had got in here again, you would have lost the trade. So you had 4 wins and you had 1 loss right there. Another chance to get in right over here. We had price above here. You waited for this right here. This trade definitely would have been a winner. We got in right over here after the pullback. We have our stop loss right below our previous low, and then we simply target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. This trade, as you guys can see, definitely would have been a winner. So you got another win right there. So far we've only had 1 loss. So this indicator is a very, very powerful indicator. So this is just for buys only. This is just for buys only. This is why this indicator is a very good indicator, because it's a trend following indicator. Now that's for a buy trade. Now let's look for a sell trade. Remember, our goal is to catch when the trend is actually starting. We're trying to catch the beginning of the trend. Now, if we take a look at a sell position here, we need price to be below the band. That's what we need to see. Now, once we have price below the band, we're just simply going to wait for a retest. That's what we're waiting for. We need to see a pullback. That's what we're looking for. We need to wait and look for a pullback. Now, if we take a look at this here, we have price below the band, this weighted moving average, we have price below that. Now we're just waiting for a retest. Now, if we take a look at this, where would our entry be? Now I'm going to put this in replay mode, and I will show you guys where your entry is going to be. And just like I showed you guys previously, if you can't identify where your pullback is just by looking at the charts, you can do this. Now in this case, we just got to look for a support zone. We just need a kind of pullback towards our support zone, and we have this support zone here. Looking at this to the left hand side, now that we have this zone over here, now as you guys can see, now you can see this pullback clearly. Now I'm gonna put this in replay mode, and let's take a look and see where our entry would have been for this strategy. Now let's take a look and see. Let's put this in replay mode. Let's start from right over here, and let's take a look and see. We got our pullback right there. Now I would have got in this trade right over here. I'll get in this trade over here, and I'll have my stop loss right there, right above this zone over here. Now I'll target my 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio. Target my 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio, 1-to-5 right there. Now let's take a look and see how this trade actually played out. Let's take a look and see. Got our take profit smashed right there. Take profit smashed for 19 pips, stop loss 12 pips, risk to reward ratio 1-to-5. So guys, this is how you use this strategy for a sell trade. Now, if you had missed that first trade right there, or if you're trying to get back in, now what you need to do obviously is to wait for a pullback. And now if we take a look here, we can see we had another pullback over here, because now price kind of created a zone over here for us. We have a support zone right over here. That's what I just drew right here. Now you just simply wait for price to break that zone, wait for your pullback, and we have the pullback right over here, and then you get in the trade after the second candle, and you have your stop loss right above this zone over here. In this case, we have stop loss for 15 pips, and we just target 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio right here. 1-to-5 risk to reward ratio right there, and obviously you can see we got our take profit smashed. You do the same thing again if you're trying to get back in, or if you missed a trade earlier, you can see the same thing happened over here. As you guys can see right over here, support became resistance right over here. Support became resistance over here, and now what the price do? Price broke it, if we eventually broke it, and then we tested over here, and then you could have got in this trade as well, right? Could have got in this trade right over here at this candle. You got in this trade over here. You have your stop loss right below this zone, 16 pips right there, and you just target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. Right, you just target 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio right there. Take profit 25 pips, stop loss 16 pips. Now over there, you had 3 wins already. And if you had missed the first one, you had 2 wins already. So as long as price is still below your red band, you're only looking to take sell trades. As long as price is still below your band and is red, you're taking only sell trade. And for buys, as long as price is still above your green band, you're only taking buy trades. That's all you're doing. And if we even take a look over here, we had another entry over here, another entry right over here. So here, looking at this sell trade alone, this sell trend, we have like about 4 to 6 entries right over here, and all the TPs was smashed. So guys, this is how you guys use this strategy for a buy and for a sell. Now let me show you guys my recommended settings for this strategy. To use this indicator, once you add it onto your indicator, you go here to settings, and you only need to focus on the inputs, and you change the length to 55. That's all you need to do. Just change the length to 55. That's all you need to do. Remember, change the length to 55. So guys, thank you guys for watching this video. So if you find value in this video, all I ask is that you give this video a thumbs up, because it's really going to help this channel. So give this video a thumbs up, make sure you smash that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so you guys won't miss any of my future videos. Thank you guys for watching. God bless you all, and I'll see you guys at the top, because the bottom is way too crowded.